Good morning, everybody. Good morning, all three people in this live stream. Got three people, sweet. So, anyway, what are we talking about today? Today, I'm going over weird facts, right? Do you think these are true or are these just made up stories? Oh, I didn't turn on my microphone. See if, my microphone won't work, of course. Well, I hope you can hear me. Hi, Kat. How are you today? Can you hear me okay? Welcome, everybody. My name is Sam. I teach English online. I'm from the United States. So if you're learning American English pronunciation, please follow along with me. I hope you can see the text, okay? So these are like weird facts, right? Maybe they're not true, maybe they are true. What do you think? First one, your stomach acid is enough to dissolve razor blades. Right? I don't know how you would get a razor blade in your stomach without, well, yeah, shouldn't talk about that too much on TikTok. Hello, Anazaz. Kat says everything is okay. All right, so I'm looking at number one. Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. Dissolve. Dissolve means like melt. Right? Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. How crazy is that? Arjun Girl says, morning. Hello, Arjun Girl. From Nepal. Lovely. Welcome. All right, so the next weird fact, tell me what you think. Do you think this is true or is this a myth? You are never more than 6 feet away from a spider anywhere on Earth. Well, I mean, if you're on Antarctica, you're probably more than 6 feet away from a spider, right? I don't know. I don't think I believe this one. Arjun Girl says, where are you from, sir? I'm from the United States. Z Shan Rajput says, how are you, sir? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So this says you are never more than 6 feet away from a spider. 6 feet is like 2 meters, about. So you are never more than 2 meters away from a spider. Do you think this is true? Is there a spider near me right now? Do you think there's a spider near you right now? I don't mind spiders. I actually like spiders. I like anything that kills mosquitoes. Maro is from Uruguay. Lovely. Buenos dias. All right, so number 3, right? These are weird facts. Or maybe. Number 3, your nose can remember 1 trillion different smells. Let's write down the number trillion. Buenas noches aquí, hehe. Oh yeah, it's evening there. So 1 trillion, 1, 2, 3, there's 1,000. 1, 2, 3, there's 1,000,000. 1, 2, 3, there's 1,000,000,000. 1, 2, 3, there's 1 trillion, right? According to this, your nose can remember 1 trillion different smells. Seems hard to believe, doesn't it? Not sure if I believe this, but whatever. Carlos says, hi, Sam. Hello, Carlos. Welcome. So the weird fact number 4, the human body contains enough iron to make a small nail. So a nail is one of these things, right? You hammer a nail. So iron, say the word iron like this. I-earn. Iron. I think it's an element and it's Fe, right? Anybody here know science and chemistry? Iron is Fe, right? On the periodic table. Do you believe it? All right, number 5, you blink, right? When you close your eyes and open them really quickly, that's a blink. So you blink about 20 times per minute. That's over 10 million times a year. Helga says, good morning, Sam. Hello, Helga. Welcome. Ty says, you mean I use an iron to iron my clothes? Yes. So iron can be a thing that you use to make your clothes flat again. It's also the act, right? I am going to iron my clothes, but it's also an element, a type of metal, right? That's iron. But anyway, we're talking about blinking. You blink, right? Blink your eyes. This is blinking. About 20 times per minute, that's over 10 million times per year. Let's see, 10, there's 10,000, there's 10 million. That's how many times a year you blink your eyes. You think it's true or false? Right? I think this one's probably true. So many blinks. Maro believes it. Mia sent a rose. Thank you, Mia, for the rose. All right, what's the next weird factoid here? Your tongue print is completely unique, just like your fingerprint. Right? Our fingerprint is unique. There's only one like it. And apparently our tongue print is also completely unique. Look at the word unique. Say it like this. You-neek. Unique. Put the emphasis on the second syllable. Neek. Unique. Right? It's one of a kind. There's only one of them because it's unique. Your tongue print is unique. Have you ever taken your tongue print? Right? I've taken my fingerprint, but I've never taken my tongue print. That would be a weird thing to do. Roman Ringsk says, hi, Roman. Welcome. All right, moving on to number 7 here. The human brain can generate enough electricity to power a small light bulb. Roman says, I'm from the United States, Roman. And you're from Sri Lanka. Okay, lovely, welcome. Alex Sikeen says, good evening, Mr. Sam. How are you? I'm doing great. Alex, thank you for asking. So generate, let's look at the word generate. 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 Put the emphasis on the first syllable. Generate. Right? Say that with me. The human brain can generate enough electricity to power a small light bulb. Let me try to draw a light bulb. This is going to be an ugly light bulb. All right, here's my light bulb. And it has the little thingy inside. Makes light. What do you think about my light bulb? I'm putting yellow around it, but I don't think you can see the yellow. There's a light bulb. Do you like my beautiful drawing of a light bulb? All right, one more time, nice and slow. The human brain can generate enough electricity to power a small light bulb. Do you believe it? Or do you think it's a myth? Number 8, you can't tickle yourself because your brain already knows what you're going to do. And you can only tickle other people. You can't tickle yourself. Ben Kitty says, good morning, Sam. Good morning, Ben Kitty. So tickle, right? If you take your finger and you tickle somebody, they go, ah, ha, ha, ha. It tickles. Lin Tang thinks it's a myth. More Than Word thinks it's a myth. Well, I would say that you can tickle yourself because the most ticklish part of the human body is the top of the mouth. Right here is very ticklish. Right? Try tickling your mouth on the top. Right? Ticklish. Right? So I think this is not true. I think you can tickle yourself, just not in most places. Right? If I tickle a child, I could tickle him on his back or under his armpit or his knee, but I cannot tickle my own knee. Alex Sikeen likes my light bulb. Oh, thank you. Number 9, do you think this is true or not true? Your heart can keep beating even if it's removed from your body? What a weird one. I don't know about this. Nian Yai says, I have learned of new words. Much appreciated, Sam. I'm glad you've learned some new words, Nian. That's great. So your heart can keep beating, right? Boom, boom. That's beating. When your heart like moves to pump blood, your heart can keep beating even if it's removed from your body. I don't know. I don't really like to think about that. Anak says, greetings from Indonesia. Well, what is it? Alaikum wassalam. To my friends in Indonesia. Hi. All right, number 10. The smell of rain is caused by a bacteria called actinomycetes. Actinomycetes. How to say this word? It's a very scientific word. I don't know how to say that. Mama Hana says, hi, Mr. Hi, Mama Hana. Where are you from? Are you from Indonesia? So the smell of rain. So there's a name for the smell of rain. It's called petrichor. Petrichor is the smell of rain. So we could say petrichor is caused by a bacteria. Chakan is in Indonesia. Okay, great. Hello, all my friends in Indonesia. Lots of people from Indonesia. Zakin is from Indonesia. Jung speak Indonesia. I do not know how to speak any Indonesian language. I'm very interested in the fact that Indonesia has like 718 languages. Is that right? Many, many languages in Indonesia. It's also the second, I think it's the third most populated country on Earth. And Jakarta is the most populated city on Earth. There's like 20 million people in Jakarta alone. Isn't that crazy? And how many islands does Indonesia have? Isn't it like 12,000 islands or something? How many islands does Indonesia have? We got Allison Arroz from Mexico City. Buenas noches. Allison. Chakan says we have 33 islands. Oh, not 12,000. I was wrong. Pipe Games says, hi from Chile. Hello, my friend in Chile. Lev Rouge says, hi. Hi. Welcome. Trapala says, hello from Mexico. Buenas noches. Buenas noches, Trapala. Yeah. We've got somebody from Sabah, Malaysia. Hello, Sheila. Welcome. Excuse me. I need to drink water. Yeah, Anak says we have thousands of islands. Carlos says Mexico has 364 dialects. Oh, I didn't know that. Ida says, buenas noches desde Argentina. Well, hello, Ida. Bienvenido, mi amiga. Tu Dolly says, hello, I'm from Vietnam. Xin chào. Bạn bên Vietnam. So next up, animals. So I just wanted to say, oh, no hablo español. Yo hablo solo un poquito de español. No mucho. I only speak a teeny tiny little bit of Spanish. Anaz says, are you okay, teacher? I'm great. I'm more than okay. Isa says, how to pronounce trough. Trough. I'll write that down. Trough. So you get like this, trough. Troff. That's how you pronounce the word trough. Trough is like a thing of water that horses drink from, or cows. Right? Sort of. Junior says, you speak French. No, I do not speak French. Archer says, you're awesome. Oh, thank you, Archer. You're awesome. Kat sent a heart. Thank you. Natalia from Lithuania. Hello, my friend in Lithuania. Kasturi says, hi, selamat pagi. Is that Bahasa? What language is that? Well, anyway, good morning, everybody. My name is Sam. I'm from the United States. Thank you for coming to my live stream. I teach English online, American pronunciation, and basic communication. If you would like to join my daily English club, The normal price is $6 to get in, but you can get in because you're on my live stream for only $1. Message me the word daily and I'll help you get in. You can join my daily English club for only $1. Only for this live stream. Message, private message. And I'll give you the discount. Oh, my Spanish is not amazing. I only know a tiny bit of Spanish. Archer says, have you ever heard Ukrainian? Yeah. Are you from Ukraine, Archer? Привіт. Привіt, Archer. Do you know how to swear in Vietnamese, Sam? Of course I do. I've lived in Vietnam for 8 years. I know the good words and the bad words. So anyway, if you want to join my daily English club, right, I send videos and all this stuff for learning English. Just message me the word daily or check my profile for the link. With love from Ukraine. Okay, awesome. Thank you, my friends in Ukraine. How many Ukrainians do we have here? Anyway, let's get back to it, right? We're practicing English pronunciation and communication skills. So listen and repeat after me. Number 11, octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood. Really? Do you think this is true? Do you think octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood? So I'll have some blood coming from the heart. What do you think? True or not true? Zakin, I want to improve my English. I want to help you with your English. Kyle's here. Hi, Kyle. Thanks for the gift. Kyle says it's true. So, Benketti says, interesting. First time for me to hear some words. Oh, great. It's true about the blue blood. Okay. Interesting. Maro says, I would like to participate in the conversation club. Well, you can join my WhatsApp group for free, or you can join Daily English for only $1, right? For the first month. That's only for people in this live stream. So message me privately if you want to join. Go Rust says, sir, how do I need to improve my level from B1 to B2? Practice every day. All right, so octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood. Crazy. A flock of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Flamboyance. Somebody says, how to join WhatsApp. Please message me. Please DM me or check the link in my bio. Okay. If you want to join my WhatsApp group or my daily English club, check the link in my bio. Where are we? So flock of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Kyle says, have a nice Wednesday. Thank you, Kyle. Sam and everyone. Okay, number 13, honey never spoils. I've heard this before. Do you think this is true? Honey never goes bad, right? Like bee honey, it never spoils. Spoils means that it goes bad and you cannot eat it. So archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey that was still edible, right? In a mummy's tomb, they found honey that you could still eat after 3,000 years. So look at the word archaeologist. Oops, what did I do? Archaeologist. 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 Put the emphasis on all. Archaeologist. Natalia Podnaya. Rodnaya. Sorry, so bad at reading Russian. Welcome, Natalia. Thank you for coming. And thank you for the heart. Okay. So Allison says it's true that honey never spoils. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey that you could still eat. I wonder if they ate it. Do you think they ate it? Where's that honey now? Okay, one more time. Practice your English pronunciation with me, or your American pronunciation. Archaeologist. Archaeologist. Right, emphasis goes on all. Archaeologist. Archaeologist. A group of rhinos is called a crash. Archer says, can you give me advice? How can I make kids speak better? Well, practice with them every day. Practice singing in English. Let them watch English shows, perhaps. Spoils of war. That's a good question. Well, the spoils of war are like, it's not the same thing as gone bad. It's like things that the winning army took, right? The spoils of war. The army took all of the gold. Why O never pronounced properly? I don't know. Alex says, honey is one of the best ailments that never expires. Cures two ailments, right? Yeah. Join my English club, right? My daily English club. I put daily tips for learning English every day, right? Study English for just a little bit every day and you will improve. So a group of rhinos is called a crash. Let me try to draw a rhino. Does anybody here live in a country where there are rhinos? Make my rhino happy. It's a happy rhino. This is the ugliest rhino I have ever seen. Anazaz says, teacher, what is the best way to learn a language? Well, I've learned 3 languages, well, 2 outside of my own. So my advice to anybody who wants to learn a language, first of all, you need a lot of vocabulary, right? Learn 500 new words as fast as you can. How to do that? Write flashcards. This is what I do. I write English on one side and the other language on the other side. I make 10 of these every day. I put them in my pocket, and when I'm waiting for my coffee, I do not open Instagram. I practice my flashcards so that I learn 10 new words every day. That's the beginning of learning a new language, right? It's boring just looking at flashcards, but it works, and you must learn lots of vocabulary. There's no other way, right? After that, you need to practice speaking, listening, and reading, right? And there's ways to do that. If you would like to know more, please just message me here on TikTok and I will try to help you. Join my English daily English club. Message me daily and I will get you in for only $1, right? The usual price is $6. But anyway, what's going on? Boolean says, yes, but they got hunt a lot and then extinct. Yes, unfortunately, rhinos have been hunted a lot. There still are some. So here's the next weird factoid. Dolphins give each other names. They use unique whistle sounds. Whistle. What is a whistle? That's a whistle sound. Anna says, 10 random words, or how do you choose them? You could choose random words. I usually make a list of 500 most important words and go from there. Right? I have vocabulary lists in my daily English club. So if you want to join my daily English club, please message me. Or just follow this live stream. Dolphins are those small whales, right? They're very smart. They're kind of cute. Kunying says, hi from Thailand. Hello, friend from Thailand. Swadika. Moving on, next. Do you believe this is true? The immortal jellyfish can live forever by reversing its aging process. Reversing. Reversing means to turn around, right? To change or to like stop, sort of. Melanie is from Sri Lanka. Hello, Melanie. J756 says, yes. Kyle says it's true that the immortal jellyfish can live forever. I wonder how old is the oldest immortal jellyfish right now? Do you think there are jellyfish that are like millions of years old? That would be wild. Next up, 17. A shrimp's heart, we keep talking about hearts, is in its head. So can I draw a shrimp? How do you draw a shrimp? Here's the little head of the shrimp. Here's the body of the shrimp. Here's the tail. It's got whiskers. Here's a little shrimp. So its head is where its heart is. True or false? What do you think? I'll make the heart red. Don't you love my artwork? So a shrimp's heart is in its head. Interesting. El Mehdi says, yes, I forgot the name type. Dagan Ina1 says, I'm from Somalia. Wow, cool. Awesome. Okay, well, let's look at the next weird factoid. Elephants are the only mammals that can't jump. You think this is true? I mean, can giraffes jump? Can rhinos jump? I don't know about this. What do you think? True or false? I mean, I feel like there probably are other animals that can't. I mean, can cows jump? Have you ever seen a cow jump? This doesn't seem true. So gifts, let's see. How do I edit this? Give me one moment here, please. Can rhinos jump? So, I'm putting it to a poll. Tell me what you think. Do you think rhinos can jump? Yes or no? All right. Elephants are the only mammals that can't jump, right? Mammals are animals that drink their mother's milk. And I don't think this is true. I think there are other mammals that can't jump. I don't think rhinos can jump. Right? I don't think, I've never seen a cow that can jump. Maybe they can. Gabriel says, "Encanto tiempo aprendo inglés." Huh. Grace Orange says, "Teacher, you're so attractive." Oh, really? You think so? Thanks. I don't think so, but glad you do. Number 19. Do you think this is true? Cows, oh, maybe a bull. Yeah, you're right. Probably whales, or probably cows can jump. Oh yeah, whales. But whales can like jump out of the water, right? Yeah, I'm not sure about rhinos. If anybody can find me a video of a rhino jumping, I would give you free access to Daily English for a year. How about that? Okay, so cows have best friends and get stressed when they're separated. Look at the word separated. Se, per, ate, id. Separate, id. So 4 syllables, separated. Put the emphasis on the first syllable. Say that with me. Separated. Right? Cows have best friends, right? One cow says, "Hey, bestie, this is my best friend. I'm going to be very sad when my cow best friend is not here." Anybody here an expert on cows? Mama Hana says, anyway, what's the answer to number 18? I don't know. I think there are other mammals that can't jump. I think that rhinos cannot jump. So cows have best friends. J756 says it's true. Ari Riz is from Indonesia. Lovely. My English is not so good. Well, I'm trying to help everybody learn English. Professor, sabe falar português? I don't speak Portuguese. I don't understand. Sorry, Tui Chang sent a rose. Thank you, Tui Chang. Lovely says hi. Hi, Lovely. So, moving on. A single strand of spider silk is 5 times stronger than steel. Grace Orange says, do you have an IELTS course? Yes, I do. In my daily English club. message me privately daily to access at a huge discount. Grace Orange, I would like to join. Anybody who wants to join my daily English club, which contains an IELTS speaking tool, only IELTS speaking, right? It has many things, but it's all about speaking, my daily English club. So if you want to join, message me the word daily privately. Anyway, a single strand of spider silk is 5 times stronger than steel. Right? If you had a piece of steel that was as small as spider silk, stronger than steel, apparently. I probably believe that. Why not? Dave Cars Gallery says, how can I make my English perfect with short time? Join my daily English club. Send me a message. Okay. Let's see. Let me just edit this poll. DM me daily. Okay, so let's pull out of the way. What is next? Human history and human achievements. Right? So, hello everybody. Wow, there's 500 people here. Welcome. My name is Sam. I'm from the United States and I teach English online. American pronunciation and basic communication. I have a daily English club to help you learn English every day. The normal price is $6, but you in this live stream can get in for $1 for 1 month. Right? Message me the word daily if you want to join at the discount. Moving on, the shortest war in history only lasted 38 minutes. What do you think? True or not true? Wat takoi angliski ja poнимаю class. Sorry, я не понимаю по-русски. Pinky says, hi, Mr. Hi. Lovely says, okay, sir. $6 for 1 month. Dave Cars, you can get in for $1 for the first month if you join now. All right, so the shortest war in history lasted only 38 minutes. Do you think this is true? Or is it a myth? What do you think? Tell me in the group chat. Kyle says, true, I've heard it just last week. Who was fighting a war that only lasted 38 minutes? Right? Curious about this. Okay, well, moving on. Here's another one. Cleopatra. Alex Sakine says it's true. Okay. Oh, interesting. Who was the war between? Oh, Chile and Argentina. Huh. Wait, says this section is about finding true or false about the grammar or the fact. The fact. The grammar is correct, right? All of these sentences are correct grammar. They're not wrong grammar. But I don't know if they're all true. Like the one about where it said that, what animal was it? It was the only one that can't. It said elephants are the only mammal that can't jump, but I don't think rhinos can jump. So anyway, Cleopatra lived closer in time to the iPhone than the building of the Great Pyramid. Let me draw a pyramid, right? Here's a pyramid. Here's an iPhone. Pyramid. Pier, mid. Pyramid. Do any of you live in Egypt? Have any of you ever been to the Great Pyramid? I would love to go see the Great Pyramid. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the iPhone than to the building of the Great Pyramid. Right? That's wild. She lived closer to this thing than the pyramid in time. Concierge says, hello, Simon from Japan. Konnichiwa, my friend. Welcome. All right, so moving on to number 23. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. I'm sure we have some Mexicans here. Do you think this is true, that Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire? Right, the ancient Aztecs down there in Mexico, in Central America. Tell me what you think. True or myth? Let's see. What poll should I do next? Or you know what? No, I'll do a treasure box. Treasure box. So I don't really understand how these treasure boxes work, but I'm going to give you some coins. I don't know how you get them. Oh, I don't have enough coins. Oh, sorry. Next time I'll do that. I don't have enough coins right now. I have to buy more coins. Let's see. Poll and gift vote. Custom. I'm going to ask this again. Do you think rhinos can jump? Save. Set this poll at... Oh, I can't. Oh, it's under review. TikTok has to review my poll. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway. So Way says false. Alex Sakine says true. Maybe somebody could Google this or ask AI. Let's see. The longest place name in the world has 85 letters. Wow, that is a really long place name. Where is that place? Where do you think? Where is there a place where the name has 85 letters? Let's see. Benketti says, I arrived at my job. Have a good day or night. Thank you, Benketti. Have a great day at work. Some people are using the internet to answer. Well, I mean, we're online. We're on TikTok. It's okay to use the internet. That's how we're even doing this in the first place. Okay, so, all right, we're just practicing our English and our pronunciation. Next, 25. Do you think this is true? Vikings used to skate on ice using polished animal bones. Miss Tay says your eyes. What about my eyes, Miss Tay? What do you think? Concierge Japan sent roses. Thank you so much, Concierge Japan. Next. The Eiffel Tower. Yeah, Germany has some long words, don't they? Kyle says that it's in New Zealand, though. Kyle, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. So the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, grows 15 centimeters taller in summer because of heat expansion. So the Eiffel Tower gets taller. Let's see if I can draw the Eiffel Tower. Terrible looking Eiffel Tower. There's the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. I don't know how to draw it. So it's 15 centimeters. Do you think this pencil is 15 centimeters long? I'm an American. I don't think in terms of centimeters. How long is 15 centimeters? Do you think this pencil is 15 centimeters long? Yeah. So the Eiffel Tower grows by this much in the summer. And it shrinks back down in the winter. Thank you for the ice cream cone, Kyle. What's next? There are more trees on Earth. Oh, it's shorter than the pen. Okay. There are more trees on Earth than there are stars in the Milky Way. That's interesting. So here, let me draw a bunch of stars. So here's the Milky Way, lots and lots of stars. But there are more trees on Earth than there are stars. Draw some trees here. More trees than stars. Okay, pretty close to the pen. Boris says, my lovely teacher ever. Huh. Parries that, said, I didn't know. Interesting. So, so if you want to, guys, vote whether or not you think rhinos can jump. I'm curious to see what the consensus on whether or not rhinos can jump. Maybe, does anybody here live in a country where there are rhinos? I think there are rhinos in Uganda, right? Do we have any Ugandans here? Are there rhinos in Sudan? Tell me, are there rhinos in your country? And if there are, can you tell me, can they jump? Oh, B says I'm Ugandan. Oh, there are rhinos in Indonesia. Really? I didn't know that. Cool. So my friends in Indonesia, can rhinos jump or no? Hello from Indonesia. Hello. Assalamualaikum wassalam, or assalamu alaikum. 28, the first oranges weren't orange, they were green. There are white rhinos in Indonesia. Okay, cool. So, do I have orange? Well, let's say this is orange. Let's say this is the modern orange right here. And this is the ancient orange, right? So the first oranges weren't orange. They were green. Most oranges in Vietnam are green. So it's like, why not call them greens? So I have another question. I've noticed that in most languages, orange, the fruit, is also orange, the color. I think like in Vietnamese, it's màu cam and quả cam, right? They're the same. In Spanish, orange is naranja, right? And the color is also naranja, right? In French, I think orange is the fruit and the color, right? In German, orange is the fruit and the color. Tell me, in your language, is the word for the fruit and the color the same? Right? In Indonesian, or in Bahasa, is the fruit the same as the color? Or actually, are there any Russians here? Or Japanese, for that matter? Or Kyle, you're here, right? Kyle, in Thai, is the color orange the same word as the fruit? Okay, so Wei says in Indonesia, the color is oranye, but the fruit we call jeruk. Oh, okay, well, so my theory was wrong. It is the same in Thai, okay. Melina in French, is the color and the fruit orange? Melina? Parries that, says in Kazakhstan. How about in the Kazakhstan language? Is orange the fruit same as orange the color? Very curious. I'm especially curious because the first oranges weren't orange, they were green, right? Why didn't they call them greens, right? Why isn't the word for red apple? Is this a stupid question to ask? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not intelligent. All right, let's move on. The British Empire controlled 23% of the world's population. Do you think this is true? Marinho says, send hugs to Brazil. Hugs to Brazil. Okay, so the British Empire once controlled 23%, right? Almost 1 out of every 4 people on Earth at one time were under the control of the British Empire, right? There was a saying that the sun never set on the British Empire. I only got 1 vote on my poll as to whether or not rhinos can jump. Moving on, Genghis Khan, right, the famous Mongolian ruler, has over 16 million male descendants alive today. So there are 16 million boys or men who are descendants of Genghis Khan. That's a lot. Genghis Khan had a lot of children, apparently. Another thing about Genghis Khan is that under his rule, he killed like 11% of the world's population. It's crazy. Like global warming actually slowed down because of Genghis Khan. Let me just check my messages real quick. All right, well, moving on. The next topic is going to be science and technology. So, welcome everybody. My name is Sam. I teach English online, American pronunciation, and basic communication skills. So if you want to learn English with me every day, follow my live stream, and please join my daily English club. You can get in for only $1 if you join from this live stream. Right? Private message me the word daily, and I will get you into the daily English club so you can learn English every day. Join my daily English club for only $1. DM me daily. And if you want to learn English every day with me, join my club. It's fun. Science and technology. 31. Do you think this is true? Bananas are technically berries, but strawberries are not. Wei says, is it already late in USA? In the United States, yes, it's late, but I don't live in the United States. I'm from the United States, but I live in Vietnam. So bananas are technically berries, but strawberries are not. Weird. Then what? If strawberries are not berries, then what are they? Is this true or is this not true? Wei says this is a myth. Somebody please ask Uncle Google or ask our buddy ChatGPT. Okay, we got everybody saying it's not true. Stop the poll, start a new poll. Let me edit this poll. Are strawberries really berries? All right, vote for what you think is true. Are strawberries berries or not? Consensus in the group chat is that this is not true. True in botany. Okay, well, is it untrue elsewhere? Anyway, so 32, weird facts. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus? What? How can that be? A day in Venus is longer than a year on Venus. True or not? So a day is when the planet moves all the way around in a circle, right? And a year is when it goes all the way around the sun. So it goes around the sun faster than it turns. This is true? Tell me what you think. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. How strange. So, that is weird. How would you make a calendar for Venus then? Right? What would a Venus calendar look like? What would a Venus calendar look like? Right? If a day is longer than a year, I can't even wrap my mind around this. This makes me feel, this is giving me a headache. All right, moving on. The next factoid, is this true or myth? There are more possible chess games than there are atoms in the observable universe. That's pretty wild. You know, another weird one is with cards. Like if you have a deck of playing cards, the number of shuffles of possible shuffles is more than the number of atoms on Earth. But this is talking about chess. So the different types of possible chess games, the number is larger than the atoms in the observable universe. That's pretty wild. Do you agree? Do you think it's true? Or is it a myth? What do you think? Boy, it's hot. How's everybody doing? You guys doing okay? How's life? What's new? Thank you guys for the follows and the likes and stuff. I've got like 8,000 likes in this live stream. Wow. Let's see. Imeza sent a heart. Thank you, Imeza. Yinhua Secret sent a rose. Thank you so much. Wei says myth regarding the size of chess table. Right. This is talking about the different possible chess games. Okay. Ooh, this one's gross. I'm going to go through this one quickly because I don't want to talk about this for very long. The human body has enough fat to make 7 bars of soap. Skip that one. That's kind of gross. Octopuses can change color in less than a second. I believe that. Ooh, this one's actually interesting. A cloud can weigh more than 1 million pounds. So 1 pound is about half a kilogram. So a cloud, here's a cloud in the sky, weighs 500,000 kilograms. You think it's true or false? Do you think that a cloud can have more than 500,000 kilograms worth of water in it? Right, we think of clouds as being very light, but not quite. Let's see. Thank you, Twee. In 1 pound, right? In America, we use pounds. We don't use kilograms. In America, they don't know what a kilogram even is. Well, they do, but they're not used to using it. Hello, Twee. Thank you for coming today. Kyle sent a heart. Thanks, Kyle. Deco says, single rotation of Venus is 243 Earth days. Full orbit Venus to Sun is 225 Earth days. Thank you, Deco, for looking that up. All right, so 37 weird facts. Do you think these are true or are they a myth, right? Listen and learn some English with me. The first computer bug was an actual insect stuck in the machine. Wei says maybe in the cumulonimbus cloud containing a heavy amount of water. Twee says, hello, handsome teacher. Hello, beautiful Twee. How are you? Wish my wallet has the same weight as a cloud. Yeah, me too, Ty. Me too, brother. Okay, so where are we now? The first computer bug was an actual insect, right? An insect is a small animal that has 6 legs. So now when we think of bugs, we think of problems with the computer program, but the first computer bug was a real bug stuck in the machine. Like my cute little bug. 38. True or myth? Honeybees can recognize human faces. So, I don't know how I feel about this. Honeybees can recognize human faces. Let me draw a little honeybee here. Here's my silly little honeybee. Does that look like a honeybee? Not really. I need to go back to drawing school. I never went in the first place. So honeybees can recognize human faces. How do you even test that? Right? Do you tell the honeybee, go find Bob? Like, how do you test whether or not honeybees can recognize human faces? Right? Do you think honeybees like they find people that they like and hang out with them? Like, what's the deal with honeybees and recognizing faces? This one, I looked this up because I didn't believe it, but it's true. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Right, so let me try to draw a horse here. Here's my unicorn. Right. Look at my beautiful unicorn. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Tweet says, thanks, teacher, for asking. I am water, sometimes soft, sometimes hard. Sometimes you're cold as ice, eh? Okay, so the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. A flock of birds is called a murmuration? I have never seen this word before in my life. Murmuration. Never saw this word before. I might have to Google this. Flock of birds is called a murmur. Look at the murmuration of birds. Like, I've never heard anybody say that. I'll have to ask Google about this one. All right, so this is the last section, right? My live stream here is coming to the end. Weird and surprising facts. Just generally weird and surprising facts. So anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to my live stream. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Sam. I'm from the United States and I teach English online. If you want to learn English with me, please join my daily English club. The normal price is $6 a month, but you can get in for $1. Just text me the word, private message me the word daily. A flock is a group of birds. A group of birds is a flock of birds, right? The same kind of bird traveling together is a flock. So this last round of weird and surprising facts. The smell of freshly cut grass is actually a distress signal from the grass, right? The grass is like saying, oh no, we're in trouble. Somebody is trying to hurt us, right? They're cutting us. So let's make this smell. It's kind of weird. Do you like the smell of freshly cut grass? Do you think that's a good smell or a bad smell? I do not like cutting grass, so I don't like that smell. Que significa flock? Flock is just a group of birds. Right? There's a flock of ducks, a flock of geese. 42, oh no. Wombat poop is cube-shaped, so it doesn't roll away. It's weird. So it's shaped like this. This is what wombat poop is shaped like, apparently. I don't know about that. Are there wombats in your country? Moy sent an ice cream cone and a rose. Thank you, Moy, or Moy. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. We've already looked at this. Next up, the voice actor of SpongeBob and the voice actor of Karen are married in real life. Huh. Ty says, do you know the word commensurate? Yeah. Let's commensurate this holiday, or this event. What are we at? 45, huh? There's a basketball court on the top floor of the U.S. Supreme Court building. Moy says, you're welcome. I like the humble way of teaching. Oh, thank you so much. So this is not, I don't think this is super interesting, right? There's a basketball court on the top floor of the U.S. Supreme Court building. Whoop-de-doo. 46. The shortest commercial flight in the world is only 57 seconds long. How can you have a flight that's 57 seconds long? You have a flight that's less than a minute? Right? This airplane is in the air for less than 1 minute. Where is this flight going? Where is this shortest flight in the world? Anybody know? Moy sent a rose. Thank you, Moy, for the roses and the hearts. Well, anyway, 47. A single lightning bolt contains enough energy to toast 100,000 slices of bread. Okay, I suppose I believe that. Why not, right? Do you need to toast 100,000 slices of bread? Just go get some lightning. That's kind of cool. Ooh, this is interesting. The first email was sent in 1971. What do you think? True, truth, or myth? Trip to Love Island says, hello, teacher, I'm from Myanmar. Well, hello, my friend in Myanmar. I did not know that Burmese is one of the top 10 most spoken languages in the world. Moy says, not true. Moy does not believe that the first email was sent in 1971. Well, can somebody tell me what year was the first email sent? Moy says, may I be on the army? What army, Moy? Sanchu says, hello, teacher from Nepal. So, somebody keeps calling me on WhatsApp. Like, I appreciate people finding my WhatsApp, but please don't call me while I'm live streaming. Speaking of WhatsApp, I have a WhatsApp group that you can join for free, by the way. So tell me if you want to join my WhatsApp group. So Mara says the shortest flight is between Westray and Papa Westray. Oh, thank you for looking that up. Tweet says 1991. So it was 91 that the first email was sent? 49, polar bears. You know those white polar bears have black skin under their white fur. Huh, I did not know that. Trip to Love Island says, no, I think Chinese language and Thai language are a little difficult more than. Chinese and Thai are more difficult than what? English? Okay. Oh, I need to move this up. So the longest time between two twins being born is 87 days? How did that happen? So a woman gave birth to one twin, and it wasn't until almost 3 months later that the other twin was born? How could that be? Sounds difficult to believe. All right. Well, that's all of my weird facts for today. I could stick around for a little longer and just chat. Trip to Love Island says, English is easy to learn and more useful in the world. Okay, great. Well, oh, so it really was sent in 1971, the first email, huh? Huh, thank you for checking, Moy. So, would anybody like to come up and be a speaker? You want to practice speaking with me? Hi, I really love your way of introducing lessons. Oh, thank you so much. Moy says, you're welcome. Great. So, I'm trying to make it so that you can join this live stream. You should be able to click a button to join this live stream if you want to. Anybody want to come up and speak? There should be a button right here where you can request to be a speaker. Right? You want to come on and practice your English with me? Anybody? If not, that's fine too. Yeah. Anyway, I go live every day around this time. Usually I go live 2 or 3 times. So I hope to see you in my live streams. Please message me if you would like to join my daily English club. Is it hot, Sam? Yes, it's very hot in Vietnam. Which one, teacher? Which one what, Twee? Anybody want to come on and be a speaker? Practice your English? Okay. Well, in that case, I'll say goodbye for now. I will probably live stream again later, so maybe I'll see you later. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you for coming. Yes, it's very hot. Super hot. Es muy caliente. No. Twee says button. Well, if there should be a button right here. Is there no button? Moy says, where are you now? I'm in Vietnam. All right. Well, all right. See you guys in the next live stream. Goodbye. Please send me a message, right? You can tell me what you want me to live stream about next time. If you have any ideas, please DM me. Tell me what you want to live stream about. Tell me if you want to learn English with me. Why is hot there? Why is hot? Vietnam is just a hot country. All right. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.